Hi there, welcome to kneppyinvests. One of the main reasons I started this video channel was to share ideas with you, the viewer of this channel. And the main reason I think sharing ideas is really powerful is because there are over 2,200 companies on the ASX alone. So it is really hard to know anything or everything about every single company on the ASX. It is almost impossible to be able to do that. But being able to share ideas with you, particularly on companies you may not know much about, is a very powerful thing, because if you do like an idea I share in one of these videos, the hope is, my hope is, that you take this idea, you do more research on the company, and then you come up with an investing decision. Yes, it fits into my strategy, my portfolio, or no, it doesn't fit into my portfolio or strategy. And what I've done is I've looked at all the December quarter reports that were released, and I came out with I think it was well over 100 companies that I was interested in, that there was some reason it piqued my interest. And because there was well over 100 companies, and I do want to do a little bit of a video on each of these companies, I thought what I'll do is I'll combine 3 companies into the one video and do a series of these videos. And in today's video, I'll be featuring 3 companies that I have never looked at in the past, but for various reasons did pique my interest. One of these companies is a marijuana company. And if you remember about 3 or 4 years ago, marijuana was a bit of a hype sector. That's faded away now, but this company does look interesting for a particular reason. Also looking at a cyber security company. About a year and a half ago, this sort of sector was all the rage, and that hype's also waned away. And then I'm also looking at a company that's all about China trade, in particular dairy. And that's also an area that was all the rage a few years ago, and that has died away. So let's get started into it. And the first company I'll be looking at in this video is that marijuana company. Because all these companies piqued my interest because of the December quarter, it's quite relevant. Then I'm going to be looking at their statement of cash flows from their Appendix 4C or 5B. And the marijuana company I'll be looking at in this video is Althea, A-L-T-H-E-R, ticker code AGH. This company has a market cap of $66 million at 21 cents. Now, receipts to customers, $5.4 million in this quarter. Now, that didn't really pique my interest. Neither did the fact that they were operational cash flow negative by $2.2 million. If I take this particular quarter results in isolation, I wouldn't be interested in this company. But the reason why I became interested in Althea was their receipts growth over the past few years. And this is Althea's receipts history since October 2000 or September 2018, when they had $30,000 of receipts. And this company has grown their receipts from $30,000 to $5.4 million. And if you calculate the compound quarterly growth rate in receipts, you get 49.1%. That's per quarter, not per annum or per year. That's per quarter. That is a phenomenal growth in receipts, albeit on a low base. $30,000 is a low base. For those who don't know anything about Althea, and I didn't know anything about Althea before they released this quarter report, they have 2 divisions, a recreational and a medicinal marijuana, and it's sort of evenly split between the 2. So the recreational division, or that company, which is called Peak, had $2.7 million of receipts, and the medicinal or pharmaceutical side or division had $2.8 million of receipts. Peak, which is their recreational division, they were actually EBITDA positive in October 21. So that looks like that division is performing better when it comes to EBITDA and profitability. But the thing that really interests me about this company is just this growth in receipts over the past few years. If we calculate the compound quarterly growth rate in receipts just the last 2 years, we still see a number of 25.1%. So phenomenal growth in the receipts. And if this continues, this company would be heading towards becoming profitable, operational cash flow positive. And because there's still not a lot of interest in this area, this company is starting to look more and more interesting as time progresses. And the other reason this company is looking interesting right now is there's no hype at all in this company right now. And you'll be able to see that lack of hype when we look at the chart. I'm becoming more interested in Althea at this point in time, but the market is not at all interested in this company. This is the daily chart over the past year, and the share price has gone down from a high of about 61.5 cents, which was reached in February last year, and the current share price is 21. So the share price has fallen almost 66% in the past year, and a well-entrenched, well-defined downtrend at this point in time, and the current share price is at almost 1 year low, probably a 2, 3, even a 4 year low with this company. So at this point in time, I am impressed with how cash receipts have been growing. And even though the company is still operational cash flow negative, if we do see improvement in that as cash receipts start to grow, and we do see a little bit of a shift in sentiment in regards to the overall market, how it views this company, up until then, I'll just remain patient, put this onto my watch list and wait for that time. So I think this is a company we can remain patient about and just wait for confirmation that this downtrend has come to a completion. Onto the cybersecurity company, which is Cipherpoint. I had no idea about this company at all before I decided to do a little bit of research, because not again because of this quarterly result in isolation, just because of the cash receipts over the past few quarters. In this particular quarter, Cypherpoint received $1.4 million in receipts and were operational cash flow negative by $620,000. Something else attractive about this company is the market cap right now is at $9.5 million. That's at a share price of 2.5 cents. They have $2.6 million of cash, no debt. So the enterprise value is just around $7 million. So this quarter results in isolation did nothing for me, but it was something else. And just like Althea, it was the quarter receipts growth over the past few quarters. So let's have a look at that now. Cypherpoint is a focused managed cybersecurity business. And if we look at the receipts history, going back to the September quarter 2015, and we take away the last 3 quarters, this company does not interest me at all. But it's what's been happening over the past year which has piqued my interest, because the receipts have grown from zero, absolute zero, to 1.4 million. So I decided to dig a little bit deeper on what caused this increase in receipts. And it was fairly obvious that the company did make 2 acquisitions, Brace 168 and VITCS, and these acquisitions were the reason behind this significant increase in receipts. So 2 successful acquisitions. But there was another reason why I became interested in Cipherpoint, and this was around their goals over the next few years, and those goals are in line with what I am looking for in companies. Cypherpoint has a 3-phase strategy: building scale and managing costs, and then eventually becoming profitable and cash flow positive. So in 2021 or 21-22, acquire and grow. That's what they've done with these 2 acquisitions. In the current financial year or the next financial year, they want to show some scale and reduce cost. And if they are able to do that, the next phase is to become profitable and cash flow positive. So the very fact that management are focused on these 3 things makes this company quite interesting at a market cap of, what was it, 9-point-something million and enterprise value of $7 million. Because if this company is successful right now, it looks really cheap at these current prices. And just like with Althea, the market does not like this company at all right now. Share price is at almost 1 year low at 2.4 cents. We did see a share price a little bit lower in May and June last year, as low as 2.3 cents. And definite downtrend over the past year. So this is the 1-day chart. We have seen share price reach a high of about 7 cents back in February last year. But again, just like Althea, not a lot of positive sentiment behind this company, and we can remain patient to see how this company performs over the next few quarters. And if they do perform well, that's when we might see a breakout in the share price, and that would be the time to take a position in Cipherpoint. Final company I want to look at is Jatcorp. In fact, I know this company as JAT Energy, and over the past few years, they must have changed their name. I'm not really interested in this company at all. I think of Jatcorp as a food company, but they define themselves as a China-Australia trade specialist focusing on growth opportunities in dairy products. In this particular quarter, $12.9 million of receipts, and they were operational cash flow positive by $331,000. Not a lot, but it is positive. They have a market cap of $38 million. That's at 2.1 cents. $8.1 million of cash, $5 million of net. Now, in isolation, this particular quarter result probably wouldn't interest me at all because I don't have the highest regard for the business plan, the business model, and the company itself. Also, the share price has fallen a lot over the past few years, but the market has become a little bit excited in regards to this company. Another reason I'm not that interested in Jatcorp at this point in time is when you look at the receipts history over the past 3 years, just ignore the period between October 2015 and October 2018. That might have been that JAT Energy, the different company or whatever. And if you do look at receipts history from then, it's really gone sideways. We saw a nice little run up in the receipts up until just before COVID-19. And then we saw receipts fall off a cliff, going down from 20.8 million all the way to a low of 4.7 million in the June quarter 2021. But receipts have climbed over the past few quarters. And maybe this is the reason the market has become a little bit more excited about this company. So let's have a look at the excitement in regards to the market. And this is the only reason why this company has piqued my interest, is just the change in sentiment behind this company. The big difference between Althea and Cypherpoint to Jatcorp is the other two companies right now. I think we can be patient because overall sentiment in those companies is still negative, but it does look like there is potential that the overall sentiment in Jeffcorp over the past few weeks has turned from negative to positive. We have seen share price starting to run up. We've seen a crossover in the moving averages, so that's a golden cross. And we did see a little bit of a peak in volume as well. Share price currently is 2.1 cents. A few months ago, share price got as low as 1.2 cents. The one thing I'm a little bit wary here is we did see a lot of hype in this company in February 2021 as well. Massive rise in volume during that period. And in fact, we did see the share price rise from about 1.9 cents to a high of 4 cents as well. So it looked like that could have been the shift in sentiment as well, but that shift in sentiment failed and the share price kept on falling from about April or May up until the last few months. So I'm a little bit wary that this is a real shift in sentiment, and we have seen the share price fall a lot over the past 2 years. This does go back to January 2020. Share price at that point in time was 6.6 cents. So I'm a little bit wary about this company, and even though they were operational cash flow positive in the most recent quarter, I'd probably like to see that continue in the next few quarters before I even become a little bit excited about this company. So I'll let the market remain excited for now, but I think there is that possibility, just like we saw 1 year ago, that this excitement might wane away and the share price might pull back again. That's all I have for this video of 3 interesting companies on the ASX, a marijuana company, cybersecurity, and a China-Australia trade story company. If you do have any questions about Althea, Cipherpoint, and Jatcorp, leave it in the comment section of this video. At this point in time for me, I will remain patient with those first two, Althea and Cipherpoint. In my opinion, those are the companies that are looking more interesting. It's just the lack of interest in the overall market in regards to those companies. And the other company, which I probably have less interest in, that is a company that is getting a little bit more hype into their story at this point in time. So if you do want to ask any questions, leave in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.